Did I get that throat clear in before the stream started? Let's find out. Who could say? I should also, like, actually get into art. Not that I don't know if anyone's around, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, is Luke House. I've never played this one. So why not do it for the spooky month? Not where I was expecting that to go. Meanwhile, outside, here's just King Boo chilling. I can't believe King Boo exploded the moon. Now all the tides are fucked. Aw, shit. Well, that's not gone well. There's the flyer from the first game. Cookie. I would eat that cookie. Thought we were gonna stick our hand in the TV. Luigi's Mansion Persona 4 Edition. Yeah, this is not how TVs work. Oh god, Luigi turned into voxels. Help. There's a weird chair. The point of order, ghosts don't touch things. So ghosts could penetrate the dome. Television. King Boo destroyed the moon. Noticed Egad's feet are just weird shaped. Really is Luigi's Mansion Persona 4. There's fog! Good news, I found this thing. Bad news is I found this thing. Not where I was expecting that to go. The Gloomy Manor. Luigi looks like he's saying no. It's harmless ghosts, except they're not harmless, and also there are a lot of them. Why would you leave it there? That's a bad place for it. Oh, look at that original DS. Play some Mario Kart, Sonny. I'm gonna play as Rob. The garage. This time. No, I don't want to be Blade Runner, the PC game. I don't know why that's where I go to with voxels, but that's where I go to with voxels, apparently. Ouch. Alright, let's go in. Oh, spooky. Go in the house part of the Lug house.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so Luigi got blasted into pixels and
Yes.
teleported away.
Yes.
And your was what, Blade Runner?
The Blade Runner PC game was like all voxel based.
So the thing I have to ask here, and I feel like it's leading me to a terrible realization. TFP, have you ever seen Tron?
I've seen the second one.
I mean, yeah. Alright. Maybe it's less explicit in the second one, but the effect is very similar to when Jeff Bridges gets sucked into computer world in the first game, where the computer turns him into cubes and then zaps him over one at a time.
All right, I have not seen the original Tron.
The second movie, the effect is like instantaneous because you're seeing it from the character's point of view.
Yes.
So he just like whooshes into a computer world. So okay, that's what it is. You've never seen the first Tron. At least you've seen Legacy, which is, let's be real, kind of the good one.
Fair.
First Tron is still interesting just because of how weird it is, and man, is it weird. You ever seen like videos or screenshots of that movie?
I've seen screenshots. It almost like it looks like behind the scenes footage of an FMV game.
You're not far off. You could really cut up Tron and make an FMV game out of that hella easy. It'd probably be great. All right, so Luigi's Mansion. I know Luigi busts ghosts.
Yep. This is the second one.
Tell me about the Luigi. Why does he bust the ghosts?
So, well, in the first game, he won a contest, and it was like, "Hey, Luigi, check out this contest. You won a house in the middle of nowhere."
And that one, it was like a secret ploy, and the ghosts kidnapped Mario, right?
Yes.
And was it just ghosts? Because the villain at the end was like pretending to be Bowser, right?
Yes, because it was King Boo in a Bowser suit, is what it was.
Okay. Hold on, I'll be right back.
We'll continue the Luigi's Mansion lore dump later. That's not how keys work.
Hello?
Okay, I'm back.
All right. And yeah, so
Luigi
it turned out that
busted said ghosts.
yes, and then was
With
enjoying
help from evil scientist. Well, not evil scientist, but guy who feels like he should be an evil scientist.
Yes, he's not an evil scientist. He just does very much seem like he would be evil.
He is not an evil scientist. He is a mad scientist.
Yes,
All right.
he did
I'm okay
invent
with
the paintbrush from Super Mario Sunshine.
For some reason, I was convinced you were going to say the paintbrush from Mario Paint.
No. But yes.
That's it. If you told me this guy invented the fucking robot fly boss from Mario Paint, I'd believe you.
I would also believe that too. You know, they could, you know, there's still time to make that the truth.
Mm-hmm. You can squeeze that into the canon.
Yeah.
Yellow.
And yeah, you fought a bunch of ghosts and you rescued Mario because King Boo had kidnapped them. This game I am significantly less familiar with because it was originally on the 3DS, and I did not play the 3DS version, but it got this Switch re-release somewhat recently. Let me see if I can sneak peek over here and be like, where's the copyright date? In-game purchases? What?
Get the battle pass.
There's not a date on the back of this box. It came out somewhat recently. On the Switch. Before the Switch 2 happened, but...
So yeah, I've never played any of the Luigi's Mansions, which I do consider to be a failure on my part, because I like the idea of Luigi's Mansion.
So I like the first game quite a bit.
Okay.
And
you're not super familiar with this one, so you're not sure if you like it yet, right?
Yes. I know
I was hoping that's where that was going, and not, this is a terrible game, I'm playing it to torture people.
No.
Okay.
So I think this game has its, you know, has the people who like it. It is different, because the one thing I do know about this is that there are multiple mansions.
I was curious about that, because when they were talking about, I watched a little bit of the opening as I was getting ready to pop in here, and they were talking about, like, oh, all the fog around this manor has been cleared up or whatever. And my immediate thought was, like, that sounds like it's going to be like an open world map with multiple manors. Which I'm assuming it is not, in fact, an open world map, but there are the multiple manors.
Yeah.
Is how this works. Which is honestly kind of too bad, because I would like just a full, like, Luigi's Mansion, but with, like, an Assassin's Creed-esque big open world map would be really funny to me. But that did lead me to a thought that I had while I was watching you get set up, which is, I feel like there is a market and room to turn Luigi's Mansion into, like, one of those weird extraction games, like Lethal Company or something. Like, get a 4-player Luigi's Mansion, pick some Mario characters, you all become amateur Ghostbusters, go into, like, a procedurally generated mansion, bust ghosts for money.
So, Nintendo actually does have you beat on this, because that is the multiplayer mode in Luigi's Mansion 3, that I think is also in this game. Except
I didn't even know there was a Luigi's Mansion 3.
Except I will say it is not like you pick different Mario characters. You're all just different colored Luigis, which is very funny.
That's bizarre.
Yeah.
It's like Four Swords.
Yes.
Luigi picked up the legendary Ghostbustin vacuum, and it split him into 4 different Luigis. Each of whom have different morals and values.
That was very rude. Suit of armor. Ow.
Well, I'm glad they got on that, because otherwise that was like money on the table. Those games have become really popular lately, and if we're not going to get like an actual good Ghostbusters game, the least we can do is get a Luigi's Mansion game that is essentially Ghostbusters.
Hey, can you
Also, why have they not made a Ghostbusters game in the style of that sort of
They
thing?
have.
They
Well,
did?
they've made a Dead by Daylight Ghostbusters
That's
game.
not the same. That's not. Come on.
That's
Dead by Daylight is not an extraction shooter type game.
But yeah, there's one where one person's a ghost, and then other people are hunting the ghost.
Side note, I only bring this up because it keeps happening while I'm level grinding in Digimon as you play this game.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very funny situation where there's a timed hits system that occasionally happens, where it's like, oh, you attacked, hit the button to like do an extra attack, and if you killed them on the first hit, the X to extra attack just becomes you wailing on a body. It's very funny. Because like, normally they get back up between hits, but instead if they're out of HP, they will just stay down and just keep flinching as you wail on them. It's like, that is rough.
That's a messed up thing to do.
It's bad for you, except, I mean, when it's over, you're going to explode into data anyways, so you're not getting out of this. Like, no matter what, you are dying. It's just that sometimes Greymon just stomps on your body a little bit first.
Thought there was maybe something with the candles. Not appeared to be. The real question of Luigi's Mansion that I don't think I've ever fully understood is I'm not actually entirely sure why, like, the goal of the game is just Luigi is stealing all of the loose change as well.
I mean, when was the last time Luigi and Mario did any real plumbing?
Like that movie with Bob Hoskins. Well, no, okay, they do some plumbing in the animated one recently, but that's about it. Before that, I think it was the Bob Hoskins one.
They probably need money.
I mean, I guess similar to...
I assume Mario gets a lot of money on his adventures, just from all the coins and whatnot, but...
I found a bone. That's not a key.
I was gonna ask if the Mushroom Kingdom has health insurance, but then I was like, well, I guess you just get a mushroom, or...
Yeah.
You know, a one-up mushroom and you're good. Like, yeah, what do you need money for in the Mushroom Kingdom, I guess, is what I'm curious about now.
So I know spoilers for Luigi's Mansion 1, because at the end, your mansion explodes, and then you use the money you get to make a new mansion. And so, like, if you didn't
build the new mansion where the old one was?
Yes.
The old one was haunted, so this seems like a bad move. It feels like you're just re-establishing a haunted house.
Don't worry about it.
I'm kind of concerned, but it's Luigi's money.
It seems like I should be able to do something with this. This seems like a thing I should do something with. I'm not entirely sure what it wants me to do. I had a train of thought about Luigi. because like the whole thing is that at the end of Luigi's Mansion, like if you only get like the, because you can beat Luigi's Mansion only getting like the gem at the end, and then you get like a tent at the end, which is very funny.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming it's just depending on how much money you got, you get a better mansion.
Yeah. I'm doing a very good job at playing Luigi's Mansion in that this is the first level, and I'm already like, what do you want from me?
Great. This bodes well.
This bodes very well.
So why is Luigi doing ghost busting again in this one?
So Luigi is doing ghost busting again because the mad scientist man was studying ghosts here in this valley, and he oh, there's a ghost dog. That's cute. And then King Boo destroyed the there's something called the Dark Moon of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, where it was making the ghosts nice and not evil.
Okay.
But then King Boo destroyed it, which is bad. And so all the ghosts turned evil. And then Egad hacked into Luigi's television and then sucked him through like Tron / the Blade Runner video game, turned him into voxels.
As you do.
As you do. Oh, there's coins up there. Oh, there's lots of coins up there. Hello. And then said, "You're helping me fix my problem." Indentured servitude is the answer to why we are here, I guess. Oh god. There's gold in them there, chandeliers. Oh, hey, there's the key. I found it. Oh god! I don't... That's not... Spiders shouldn't look like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Those are just spiders. A
They
little bit glowy and red.
Yeah, they shouldn't
spiders.
be red, is I think my main point there. Also, I continue to not understand why these keys disintegrate after you use them.
It's video game keys, man. That's how
I
they work.
guess.
It's like all the small keys in Zelda. You get one use. Also, I'm unclear about the ethics of, you mentioned the Dark Moon thing that was like pacifying all the ghosts.
Yep.
That seems worrying considering that ghosts are presumably like, you know, the souls of people who've died. And this is essentially some kind of weird moon that is like brainwashing them to be friendly.
So
That sounds kind of existentially terrifying.
So in Luigi's Mansion lore, the regular ghosts, like those green guys that zipped away, are in Luigi's Mansion 1 at least, they were created by a painter. So they're not people.
Okay, the ghosts aren't people. That's all
Well,
I needed to know.
some ghosts aren't people, because the painter is a ghost and was a person, presumably.
Okay. But the rest of the ghosts are not people.
The rest of the ghosts are not people. I need the strobulb.
Oh, I forgot to mention, other handy thing about this particular Digimon game. All of the enemy encounters are visible on the map. And you
Nice.
can do the Persona thing where you preemptive attack them, and if you do enough damage, they just die.
Convenient.
And you get the experience without having to do the random battle. Which is always fun. I like when games have that kind of system.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Luigi is blind now.
Yellow.
Can you get an upgrade in this game to get like an insane Jason Mantzoukas-esque flashlight
I hope so.
that just burns one side of the room?
I want
Speaking
the...
of which, have you seen the latest Taskmaster?
I have not seen the most recent one.
The most
Fortunately.
recent one has an extremely good task.
I will have to get on that sooner rather than later.
I'm liking the new Taskmaster cast so far.
Yeah.
It always takes me a little bit to get used to whoever the new people are, but I got used to this team pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. That is a big toilet.
Yeah. Sometimes you need that.
I mean, relatable, but also I feel like it would not be very comfortable to toilet on a toilet that is as tall as you are.
Maybe the people who use this house were just much larger than Luigi. Maybe Luigi's just small.
But he's specifically the taller one of the Mario brothers.
But maybe this is pre-mushroom Luigi. Maybe the
True.
people in this house were all mushroomed up all the time. Like for, when you get a mushroom, generally in Mario Brothers, you get at least twice your normal height. So for that size Luigi, this would be just a normal toilet. Do toads get... Yeah, toads get bigger when they take mushrooms, because Super Mario Brothers 2 had Toad in it.
Yep. As does, like, new Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, so,
Oh.
okay. I was going to ask how that worked if toads could eat mushrooms to also get bigger, and the answer is yes.
He ate it. I
really
busted the
dive
ghosts.
We need to dive deep on the mechanics of the Super Mario universe for the Super Mario tabletop RPG I'm developing.
Also, there's coins in the middle of this wall. How do I get them? Oh, like this.
There we go. I feel like the answer to how you get most things in this game is going to end up being use the vacuum.
You're not wrong.
It is one of like two ways you have to interact with the world, being the vacuum and the flashlight.
Pretty much.
Or I guess, pressing the button. You can always interact with things the old-fashioned way. So these little ghosts aren't useful for anything except the money they drop, right? And just getting them out of the way? Or...
Yeah, I think they just drop some money and, like, they'll hurt you.
Well, yeah, they are enemies.
Yes.
But like, I want to say in the first Luigi's Mansion, there was like a limited number of ghosts, right?
So, yes, because when you like finish a room's encounter, it would become like all the lights would turn on and then it would be safe.
Okay.
Apparently I've completed
Despite
this
never playing
mission.
Luigi's Mansion, I do know a little bit about it.
Yeah.
Or I guess I should say, I think I know a little bit about it.
Fair enough.
I'm still going to have you confirm those things.
Yeah, so in the first game there were the regular ghosts that were just the, you know, kind of things like these. And then there were the portrait ghosts that were like the people.
And there were just a limited number of all ghosts, right? Like, it wasn't like... Did they have generic ghosts that spawned in the original?
So
just generic piddly enemy ghosts that would constantly come back.
so I think there were like little ghost bats that like in certain places would spawn as long as the lights were off, but then if the lights got turned on, then
Well, yeah, then it was safe. But okay, that's what I was curious about. Was like, was it possible to essentially expend the enemy supply in the first game?
pretty much.
Okay, but this game, is that the case again, or
That I can't tell you because
okay?
again, the first game was not mission based like this, which I think is probably a holdover from it being a 3DS game. And I have also not played this. I actually know very little about this specific Luigi's Mansion. This teleportation thing just constantly... I feel like one of these times I'm gonna turn into like a Saints Row toilet. Deckers.die up in here.
That was a good mission.
It was a really good mission. Did do that. Curious. This thing didn't go to last time. The mud room.
Don't go in the mud room.
Too late. Mud room.
Nothing good happens in the mud room.
I got a cool purple gem though. That's cool.
Okay, fair enough. Why was it growing out of a tree?
The ghost dog put it there.
Oh, sure. All right.
Because I looked through the window and there was a ghost puppy in here. And the ghost puppy is gone now.
Again, I feel like this is my problem with any game set in like the Super Mario, whatever you'd call it, like the Super Mario Brothers universe, does all take place like, well, no, because Galaxy exists. I was gonna say it all takes place like in one planet, but no.
Yeah, it explicitly does not.
I guess I'm gonna figure out like Daisy's kingdom is like a neighboring kingdom to
Yes.
the Mushroom Kingdom, so presumably it's like
Sarasaland.
There is like a border, and like you go over there, and that is Sarasa land, and that's where Daisy's in charge, and it's fine.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm like the world, or whatever you'd call it, the multiverse of Mario is so weird.
Doctor
It's
Strange
hard
in the
for me to
multiverse of
determine-
Mario.
Yes, would have been a better movie. Like, it's hard for me to determine what is weird and what is not. Because it's like, yeah, maybe jewels just grow out of trees here. Weirder things have happened. Sometimes you hit a box with your head and a beanstalk grows up into the clouds. You know? Sometimes you go to the desert and the sun is angry at you, personally.
I was gonna say, anytime I go outside, the sun is angry at me. But not personally.
Not that you know of.
Not that I know of.
You can hope that it's not personal, but
That's
like,
true. Gonna wake up on my deathbed and just be like, yeah, no, the sun just hates you in particular.
Oh. Yellow.
Dag blasted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna call the DS the
I
dual
love that your
screen.
communicator- I love that your communicator is still just DS.
Yep. In the first game, it was a Game Boy Color that was called the Game Boy Horror.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I guess, as a secret hint about the future, the one in Luigi's Mansion 3 is a Virtual Boy.
Did they not give that one a fun name?
I believe it is I think it's the Virtual Boo, but I could be wrong.
Okay, I'll take it.
I've played some of Luigi's Mansion 3. I never finished Luigi.
Are you generally a fan of the Luigi's Mansion series? I mean, I
I'm-
guess you played the first one
yeah.
and a
I-
bit of the third one.
I
and
like
of
the
this,
first
so-
one, yes.
Okay.
I like the concept as kind of like baby's first horror game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's fun.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of where my head was at when I thought there was a market for this being like a what do you call it? What's the Lethal Company? Like that
Yeah.
style extraction sort of game. It's like you can make one of those that's kid friendly.
Yeah. You can make one of those that's kid friendly and not just another mode in Fortnite.
Yeah. But I mean, it would probably be cheaper just to throw money at Fortnite and tell them to make another mode for that. Did they do that already? Is that a thing that exists?
I don't know.
Okay.
All I know about weird Fortnite modes is there's a Counter-Strike mode for some reason.
Okay, sure.
Where like you buy weapons like it's Counter-Strike and oh, I found the secret pocket. Got a key in it.
I think I mentioned this before, but the house that my mom inherited from my grandpa out at the lake had like this kind of like weird secret wall interior crawl space in it. It was very weird to find.
I could
It
imagine.
was literally just a part of the wall that you could open up and just go inside the wall.
I think this might have been where the opening cutscene was. Yeah, this is Gad's lab over here. Seems like I can't. Here yet? Question mark?
You know, I think I just realized, despite the fact that it is October and that there are a lot of games coming out, the games coming out aren't really Halloween appropriate.
The one that was got delayed.
Which one was that? That's going
Uh,
to come out.
Mina the Hollower.
Oh.
The
Is that the mouse game?
yeah, the
Okay,
Mouse
is that
Sylvania.
Halloween?
It's vaguely horror-y, I guess. That's just a stack of money. That is just a stack of money on... Oh god, bats! I'm trying to rob this house. Leave me alone, bats.
Man, for some reason, that stack of money and then Bat Trap just made me think of. Do you remember that weird Resident Evil multiplayer mode where like one person was an evil villain director,
Yes.
and the other people were survivors? You like put down dumb traps, and it was super easy to break the game.
Yes.
That was a weird, fun take on Resident Evil multiplayer. Like Resident Evil has tried weird multiplayer a lot.
They
I feel like
sure
that was one of
have.
the better attempts.
I would agree with that. Mostly, I just remember the extremely silly run that I think may have been streamed. I don't remember. If you go back far enough to when I streamed Resident Evil 3, because I know I did do a stream of the multiplayer stuff. There was the time that we couldn't figure out where we were going, and then we found the door that the person had clearly been building all of the stuff behind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a ghosty. Oh, there's multiple ghosts. And just, we opened a door and like 80 billion zombies flew out, and it's like, oh, this is where...
This is where all the money went.
We've made an error. There we go.
God damn it.
I'm very confused by that door, because like there's clearly a room over here, because we looked into it and like it was the ghosts playing around painting each other. Oh, there's stuff in front of the door, that's the problem. But how do I fix that problem?
Also, as I continue to level grind and also go to random dungeons in this Digimon game, these outer dungeon areas they have, none of them have been as visually cool as the first one was, but they do look very much like something out of like Mega Man Battle Network, which I like.
That is a good
And
thing
it
to
just
look
makes
like.
it just makes me really wish they would make like a new Battle Network game.
That would be cool. Goes through a banana peel at me and I slipped. A rude ghost.
I keep seeing that Digimon that is just like a gun holding more guns. And all I want is just someone to show that Digimon to Batman. I just want to see the look of horror on his face.
That would be entertaining. There's a lot of spider webs
Right.
going on in here.
Speaking of weird, dumb crossovers, I gotta mention there was recently another DC Marvel crossover comic, which is something they have not done in like decades.
Yeah.
But it was actually pretty good. There's some very funny jokes in there. There's a bit where like there's a bunch of like little crossover stories inside of it, and one of them is like the Green Lantern Corps and the Guardians of the Galaxy do like an exchange program. So Rocket Raccoon becomes one of the Green Lanterns, and then Hal Jordan becomes a Guardian of the Galaxy.
Uh-oh.
There's a really good bit where it's just following Rocket, and he's like, he shoots Sinestro in the face. It's just a bunch of like one panel gags of like the Guardian being like, you weren't supposed to shoot Sinestro in the face, and Rocket's like, well, tell me that first next time. And then like, why are you gambling your ring in a casino? And Rocket's like, you didn't tell me not to. And the next panel is like the Guardian being like, how did we end up heisting the casino, and why am I involved in the heist? And Rocket's like, you got to keep up, man. And then it ends with him going like, hey, you need to take Rocket back. This ain't working out. And they call like, they're talking to like Nova or whatever on the phone. And they're like, you got to take Rocket back. And then he's like, okay, cool, but first we need your help. Like, Hal Jordan's having some issues, and what's a parallax? And then it just cuts over, and Hal Jordan has the Infinity Gauntlet, and he's going crazy. That's just like, God damn it.
Very funny.
It's good.
I'm glad there is some good coming out of that, because everything that I have seen out of that has been, let's say,
have you not seen anything good out
less
of the
than
crossover?
ideal. Yeah.
What have you seen out of the crossover? I'm curious.
I have seen mostly just that Batman and Deadpool is a thing, which is not
Yeah, that was the first crossover thing.
not something I
This is
particularly
the main
care
crossover
with.
story. It was not the best, but it was also not as bad as it could have been.
And
the
then
gimmick was that like Deadpool was working with Joker. I don't know. It wasn't terrible, but it was also not the pairing I would have picked. That's for sure.
Yeah.
There are a lot of characters I would have rather seen.
And then the other one that I've seen is the, let's say, questionable decisions involved in the Captain America Wonder Woman.
Oh, right, that one. Yeah, that was a weird one.
Oh god, it's a fake door.
I'm trying to think what else they had going on in there, because there were a couple other stories in the crossover. Wonder if that'll. This is gonna hurt.
Oh, 3 at once! Yeah! Ow. Oh, I guess I can just flashlight the mice to death. That makes sense.
Jesus Christ. I beat a random dungeon in this, and they were like, here, have a level 50 baby Digimon. With insane stats.
That's the big baby.
This baby is strong. I'll take one of those.
So I will say the main
I just need to
thing
decide who's going to eat that baby.
that I've learned playing this so far, a little under an hour in, is that I don't ever want to try playing this on a 3DS, I don't think.
Oh?
This controls real weird on a thing with 2 sticks. And so I feel like the main issue is that when you start charging the flashlight, you are locked in whatever direction you're facing unless you start hitting the right stick.
Okay.
Which is weird because I'm like Monster Hunter clawing it over here when I start to fight ghosts. I feel like is generally not a thing you want to be doing in games that are not Monster Hunter.
I mean, you really don't even want to do it in Monster Hunter.
That's very true.
Generally speaking, if you have to contort your hand into a weird shape to play a game, something has gone wrong. Looking at you, Kid Icarus Uprising. Which, man, speaking of friggin' 3DS games that I wish were on other things.
That would be really cool if they would put that on, you know, something that wasn't a 3DS.
Yeah.
How do I get out?
Oh. Oh. Hello.
Apparently like that, I just had to... I hit the button to turn off the fire, and then I ran for it, which is strange. Doing a bad job of not getting hit by projectiles, but... Oops. Yay. Yeah, all the gears. Also, that's a fun painting.
Ciao. Oh. 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 Uh-oh. Huh? Nope.
Come on, Luigi.
Yellow. Mm-hmm. Ciao.
Oh, I guess the ghosts broke the gears.
I did it.
Look, let he who has never struggled with a Resident Evil puzzle throw the first stone.
It's fair. Doing real good at 2 stars.
Okay, 2 stars is good. Out of how many?
I have no idea. Given that that appears to be like a silver medal, I'm gonna guess 3 stars, but
All right then. Silver is fine.
yeah.
I went through all of Sayonara Wild Hearts getting nothing but silvers, and I was happy with it.
This is not gonna be a, you know, all gold run or whatever.
Then what's even the point? If you're not 100%ing the entire game.
I mean, if it gets you something, then sure, I'll do that off stream, but like...
What could possibly be worth it in this Luigi's game that you would 100% the entire thing? What would they have to give you?
I hate where my brain immediately went.
Uh-huh.
You ever see the ending of the Hell Temple from La Mulana?
No, I have not. I played La Mulana 2 for a bit, but I don't know much about the games in general.
The ending of La Mulana's Hell Temple is interesting. But
Okay.
that was where my brain went, which is regrettable about
Well,
my
now I have to go
brain.
look this up. As soon as I'm done vaporizing these giant bugs.
So I feel like the main thing that's concerning me is the part where there are like 2 little slots for things on this screen, and I'm only filling one of them. I'm not entirely sure what that means. That's just an egg beater. Like an old style egg beater. Also, I don't know if it's just my little preview on YouTube, but is the stream getting framey?
I mean, it looks okay right now.
Okay. It might just be my little preview on YouTube, but like when he was handing the egg beater to Luigi, it like looked weirdly slideshowy. Go catch this library ghost. No human being would stack books like that. You ever play that Ghostbusters game that actually was really good? The PS3 360 era one?
No, I've never played any Ghostbusters games.
That PS3 360 era one is actually like really...
I'd heard there was like a good Ghostbusters game.
Like I want to say like the script was genuinely written by like Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis. It had Aykroyd, Ramis, Murray, and Ernie Hudson in it, all reprising their roles.
I did it.
I appreciate the ghosts playing rock, paper, scissors. It was very funny. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think EGAD is. I don't think having a safe where you just flash a strobe light at it and have it open is a very secure uh, locking mechanism.
I mean, you say that, but how many people would think to flash a strobe light at a safe?
I mean, I guess.
Like, if I was trying to unlock a safe, that would be one of the last ideas I possibly had for how to unlock it, unless I saw that it had some kind of weird photosensitive thing on it. Also, more safes, in my opinion, need non-standard unlock mechanisms. Because that's just fun.
That's true. I'm not gonna deny that, you know, goofy safe unlock things aren't cool. This seems unsafe, Luigi. Not entirely. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say they're giving me a lot of hearts for something with only one encounter so far, and then surprise second encounter.
I appreciate this ghost is geared up. Did not help him, but he tried.
It does actually block the flashlight until you get him in like the recovery phase of his attack animation. Which is very entertaining. The ghost has a big brain.
The ghosts in these Luigi's Mansions game, they always remind me of... Did you ever see the live-action Casper movie? It was probably a little bit before your time. Bless you.
I was gonna say, I think I've seen it, but also it's been years. Like, if I had seen it, it was when I was very small.
I know it had Bill Pullman in it as the dad. That's like the only casting I remember. But the ghosts in this game remind me of the three brother ghosts from the Casper movie. They're like very simple designs. Just like, it's like a monocolored ghost person with kind of a goofy character style face. Also, I seem to remember that movie being okay. And there's a fun Ghostbusters cameo in that movie.
Hey. Oh, there's more ghosts.
Actually, let me look it up, because I'm not positive.
Oh no!
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd has a cameo in Ghostbusters.
In Casper?
Yeah, in Casper, sorry.
He's a little more than a cameo in Ghostbusters.
That's fair. But yeah, no. In Casper, there's a bit where they're doing like a montage of them trying to get the ghosts out of the house. And there's a bit where Dan Aykroyd with a bad mustache runs out and he's like, fuck that.
Oh, I guess he has to throw the book so he can't block the sword. Then I can flash him. Or not, I don't know.
Oh, yellow. Mm-hmm.
Wa-da-da-da-da-da.
Ciao. Oh, yes. Ho, ho. I did it. Wow. Ho, ho. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Phew. Oh. Aha.
I'm genuinely curious what these upgrades are going to be. Oh, illusions.
I do it. Hmm. Oh. Oh.
I got this orb.
Okie dokie. Oh.
Insert phasmophobia joke here. I call it a black light. You don't want to take it into hotel rooms. Hey, need that door. You're not wrong.
Dark light device almost sounds too good for most supervillain weapons, I'm not gonna lie.
That's right, Superman. You can't defeat my dark light device.
All I can think of is the dumb purple healing ray that the Amazons have, which is counteracted by the purple death ray they also have.
I don't know why that got me. For whatever reason. That was
It's
funny.
It's just why.
I mean, I could
Why purple?
understand, like, the Archimedes death ray of,
Mhm.
just like, here's a bunch of mirrors, and we're going to point them at your wooden ships. Deal with it. No, that doesn't really work, but you know, the idea is entertaining.
Yeah.
But
Like, the purple healing ray thing is literally just based on the idea that, like, you know, like UV light could have healing properties.
oh
Like a
no,
weird pseudoscience thing.
Robert F. Kennedy, what are you doing in Themyscira? Robert F. Kennedy Jr. rather.
Yeah, it like the funny thing about the Amazonian technology is it's based on weird pseudoscience the same way the fucking lie detector is. And considering the guy who invented the lie detector is the guy who invented Wonder Woman, it all checks out.
Not wrong.
Which is still wild to think about. The world is a strange place.
There's a lot about Wonder Woman that is very interesting in concept.
Mm-hmm. On the plus side, though, that new Absolute Wonder Woman book actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I would say it is one of the two best Absolute books they're putting out because it is not needlessly edgy.
Is it? And I assume the other one is the Martian Manhunter one.
Yeah, it is. Which, to be fair, that one is dark as fuck, but it's dark with like a purpose.
I think that is a very key distinction because I
Yeah.
like some dark things. I don't particularly care for weird edgy.
Yeah, like Absolute Batman feels like it is someone wrote that book and was like, I wish Batman was Spawn. And that's basically that book.
It's a weird thing to wish for, but more power
Yeah.
to you, I guess.
Like up to and including the part where it appears that the Joker in that universe is like a weird demon, like Violator style, who even kind of looks like that. And it's like, oh, but what if Batman had a sick cape that he could like manipulate and use to grab people from the shadows?
Like Spawn?
And also, yeah, a little bit. And also, what if Batman was, and sadly this is not a joke, there's a medical thing where someone does a report on Batman, and it's like, he's 6'9" tall and weighs 420 pounds.
Why?
Because 69.
I get that part,
Yeah, no,
but
that's why. That's why.
But why though?
Because that's cool, isn't it?
No. It's in
Alfred at
fact
one
kind
point
of
watches-
lame.
Alfred at one point watches Batman, like, I don't remember if he like drives his Batmobile through a building or he blows a building up or something like that. And Alfred is like, yeah, Batman AF.
I'm beginning to think so, Graf.
I mean, I'm not sure if he did, but I feel like he'd probably like it. No, but see, it's okay because this Batman isn't rich. He fights the one percenters. But also is like a 6'9", 420-pound construction worker who has the bat symbol on his chest is the head of a battle axe that he can take off and put on a stick to make a battle axe, and then he cuts people's hands off.
Okay, but why?
Because Batman. I don't know why he has an axe. That seems like a completely nonsensical weapon choice, but he has it. I kind of hate Absolute Batman. Is the thing. I don't understand anything about it conceptually. Like, I look at it and I'm baffled as to why anyone likes it. Absolute Superman is better. It's still weird, but it's better.
Rude.
Meanwhile, Absolute Wonder Woman is just like a fun comic about Wonder Woman being like a magical, like, Wonder Woman's backstory in the Absolute Universe is literally that she was raised in hell, but she's still like the most well-adjusted member of the group by far. She's just like cool. She has magic stuff. She hangs out with monsters. She has like 6 different lassos, and none of them are the lasso of truth.
Oh wait. Haha, I've stolen your sunglasses. Does she have the lasso of lying?
No, but she has a lasso that turns her into various mythological monsters. So at one point, she turns herself into a gorgon to, like, turn somebody to stone, which is fun. And she has a bunch of dumb magic shit. Like, at one point, there's this weird monster that, like, kills people through sound. So it comes out of the ocean and is, like, making this weird noise to make people basically go to their deaths.
It's like The
And
Happening.
then, little bit. So Wonder Woman, like, gets on a TV broadcast and tells everyone in the city, like, hey, so I need everyone in the city to not freak out. I'm going to make you all deaf for, like, the next 24 hours. Then she casts a spell to make everyone in the city deaf for 24 hours. And she's like, just don't freak out. Help each other out while you're all deaf, because this is going to suck. But it's better than being eaten by the giant monster. And then the giant monster gets there, and it's extremely confused because no one's coming out to die. And then Wonder Woman kills it by cutting it in half with a giant fucking sword.
Sure.
But yeah, that Wonder Woman book is really good, and also written by Kelly Thompson, who writes good
Hey.
things.
I like that West Coast Avengers stuff and the Hawkeye stuff.
Yep. And I still highly recommend that Birds of Prey run that she did, because that was also fantastic. And not just because it used a bunch of my favorite characters, although that was definitely part of it. It is always fun to watch a good writer handle Big Barda, because Big Barda is a lot of fun. And also, Wonder Woman is in that run. It's a good time. You get to see a bunch of superheroes try to fight Wonder Woman and be like, okay, we're not going to win, but we need to slow her down. Like, there's a really good page where they're like, the important thing is that we keep Wonder Woman from finding out for as long as possible, because once she finds out, we're fucked. And, like, on the page where the narration is describing that, is Wonder Woman landing there to fight them, and they're like, fuck.
I believe you've linked that page at some point, and it was very funny.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a really good page.
Additionally, and this is neither here nor there, but insert joke about this being the house of that weird New Jersey senator who just took bribes in gold bars here. Just open up a cabinet. What's in there? Oh, it's a gold bar. Oh, I already did that. Okay. I am unsure where I'm going. Oh, I'm going right there, turns out. New door. In Luigi's Mansion 1, you could get things that would let your vacuum, like, shoot out fire, which seems to be a thing that I should be able to do there.
Yeah, this does seem like a place you'd want to do that. Especially because there is fire, like, right there.
Yeah,
Maybe you have to go to another... I don't know. Because
maybe.
you only have access to the one mansion, right?
As of right now, yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
I was thinking maybe it was like an upgrade you could go into another mansion, but if you only got access to the one, that doesn't work out.
Ciao.
Like, I need to go over here.
But this definitely seems like a Metroidvania style, come back here later style thing.
How do get over there? I guess I need to go up more even? Up even more? Wow, I'm talking good.
I can't think of burning webs to get through an area without thinking of friggin' Soul Reaver, weirdly. The part where you have to deal with the weird spider guys back in Soul Reaver. Spider
Yeah.
vampires.
Oh god. I remember them. I've done this before. I think so. Definitely seems like I need to be able to like upgrade my the duration I can hold this, because there are like things that I can use it on that don't like stick around. Like I can't hold the light on long enough. There's something. It's money. Which, like, cool, not what I'm looking for, but... It seems like there should be a door, like, right here, but I don't... Oh, wait, there's something. Oh, it's a pot. Full of money! Okay, maybe, like, go in this way?
So the upgrades are not locked behind money, right?
So they're locked behind money thresholds.
Okay. So it's like once you have a certain total amount of money, you'll have access to more upgrades?
That's what it seems to be.
Okay.
Ah! Solved it. By meandering around until I found where I needed to go. Best way to solve any problem. Ghost crows.
Man, those what are those called? Those spinning playground style things.
Uh,
The metal bars.
always heard them as like merry-go-rounds, even though that is like also a different thing. But
Yeah, that's why I was confused, because that was my first thought as well. Those things are wildly dangerous.
they
We
sure
had one of those at the
are.
park. We had one of those at the park, and man, people got hurt on that all the time.
They're fun though.
Good times.
Yeah.
Fond memories. Fond memories of people attempting to leap onto one going at max speed and just bouncing off the bars.
Yep. Where does this go? Oh god, spiders! Wait, I turned those... I flashed those spiders and they turned into gold bars. Why can't all spiders be like that?
I think we should probably be glad we don't live in a world where, like, defeating things turns them into money.
That's true.
I feel like that would get dark really fast.
Okay, need a key. Plants like light. There we go.
Side note related to defeating things that then turn into money. I still really, really like that Dungeons of Hinterberg game that came out last year.
Yeah.
Where the whole gimmick is like
Vacation.
magic was discovered to be real and dungeons like appeared and monsters came out in this little Swiss town, and they were like, all right, so we're just gonna set up like a tourism industry based on come here to fight monsters and go through dungeons.
Yep.
You get like professional dungeon explorers and shit like that.
I think that game is neat as well.
It's very good. I like it. Did you ever play through it?
Have not finished it, but yes, I
Okay.
played through the first like 2 dungeons or so.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Gameplay wise, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
passable. It's a passable like Zelda light.
You feel like I've got to be missing something like in here and also under the stairs. Maybe. There's just like a key. Oh, got a gem. That's not a key, but I'll take it. Why are the bats like this? Oh wait, I bet there's something here. Yeah. Hey, it's a key.
This guy again.
I do it.
I'll also point out that I think one of the other things that easier in Luigi's Mansion 1 compared to this is that to do the flashlight thing, you didn't have to hold it in Luigi's Mansion 1. You just...
Okay.
You
Was it
would,
like you tap and it starts charging?
so it wasn't charged at all. It was, you had two flashlight states, off and on, and you just had to flick the flashlight on in the direction of a ghost, and they would stun them and show their,
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, it's a boo!
Now we're talking. What? Did you just eat the table?
He made the table disappear with the ghost orbs. Like,
Okay. Wait, are the ghost orbs like the little fucking spirit orb things you see on camera pictures that people always claim are like proof of ghosts?
see, that's kind of what I was thinking it was, but
See, now I'm really liking the idea of leaning into dumb ghost evidence, ghost hunter stuff with Luigi's Mansion series. That sounds fun.
I was gonna say, I feel like I've mentioned this before, but there was like one of those paranormal ghost hunty shows that I actually did kind of enjoy because it was like college students was kind of the gimmick,
Mhm.
and also one of them was like an apprentice plumber. So 9 times out of 10, they would go to a place that was supposedly haunted, and the guy who was the plumber would be like, "Yeah, you got air in your pipes. That's why you think there's a ghost here." And I thought that was just genuinely like clever and funny. Oh God! Why? Oh, maybe. Oh, I need to make the boo visible. So confused. Oh, I think I just sucked it up via the tongue. If you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Oh. Yellow. Mm-hmm. Ciao. Oh yes. Ho ho. I did it.
I need it. Only 1 star.
Oh yeah.
in Luigi's Mansion 1, all the boos had fun names.
No. Such as? Quick, top of your head example.
Game Boo and Game Boo Advance, Boo Regard, Shamboo.
All right. Okay. Upgrade to your vacuum power.
Yep. Oh, see, yeah, Scare Scraper. Okay, so the multiplayer is in this as well. This is the multiplayer mode. Is that Scare Scraper? Bamboo, Bootha, Taboo, Boolicious, Turbo, Boolala, Kung Boo, Boogie, Peekaboo, Gumboo. Wherefore am I Boomio? Really stretching with some of these. Boodacious, Booligan, Mr. Boojangles, Limbooger, Booigi, Little Boo Peep, Tambourine. Okay, I'm done. Those are the funniest ones. Oh, I guess I caught a boo in that one, is what that means. So I guess there are boos in all of them, maybe? Do the boos have fun names in this? Is there a way to find this out? Looking like a no. It's very unfortunate.
I mean, they used up all their gold grade A material in the first game.
I guess. Also, I may have just noticed a thing on the Mario Wiki, and it may just be that one doesn't have a name. I'm trying to help you, suit of armor, and how do you repay me? By trying to hit me with a sword? That's so rude. Oh. There's gyro aiming. Okay. Up. Like it. Moderately confused by that, but sure, whatever.
All of these webs make me think there's going to be some kind of boss spider ghost.
I think you're probably right. That seems like where we're going.
I would kind of be disappointed if there wasn't, with the amount of webs blocking your path you're running into.
Again, you continue to be correct in your assessment of if the boss of this mansion isn't some kind of spider ghost, like, what are we doing? Like, you just get to the end and it's like, oh, by the way, I'm a internet program designer. I code things for the web.
No, not an inner. Oh man! Oh, see, you brought it back around though.
That was the joke. There was. Oh,
Man, remember Indigo Prophecy?
I do. Also, OBS Studio is disconnected.
No.
OBS Studio is reconnected.
Oh, nice.
Which,
Man, remember
admittedly,
Indigo Prophecy.
yeah, sure do. I'm gonna take this opportunity real quick. This will probably be the last mission, but I have got to run to the bathroom. So one moment.
All right. Oh man, now I gotta keep people entertained while you're gone. Ugh.
Yeah, talk
I don't know,
about
talk about-
Digimon, I guess. You're playing that.
Yeah, but I just ran into a story sequence. Now, like, there's a cutscene happening. We're talking to people. It's not, outside of feeding a bunch of people to my Devamon, I don't know what to talk about. Which I've done a lot of that, but I don't know. I don't have a lot going on right now. It's been a long week. I guess I should think about, like, if TFP is doing spooky games for October. I'm gonna go check and see if any good horror games have come out lately, like new release style. I wonder, is that even a genre you can search for on Steam? Time to find out. View all tags might be a mistake, but 85,000 tags? Hey, horror is in fact a tag. What do we got? Browse. Oh, Silent Hill came out. Duh. Okay, Steam, I need you to get all this out of the way and just show me the new releases. Is Clover Pit really a horror game? That's just gambling, which I guess is its own kind of horror. Silent Hill, obviously. Did more Dying Light. Oh, there's a game called House of Necrosis, which is like turn-based Resident Evil from the looks of it. That one looked kind of interesting. It's got positive reviews so far, so that's nice. Death Ground, which appears to just be an early access game about shooting dinosaurs. Fine. What else do we have? There's that No, I'm Not a Human game, which I think is kind of a Papers, Please-esque procedural, like, examine things to determine if they are correct or not sort of game, but I don't know much about it. A lot of these things it's recommending don't seem like horror games particularly. Oh, it's this game called It Has My Face, which seemed interesting, where the whole deal is that you're hunting your own doppelganger, and there appears to be a dedicated button for looking at yourself in the mirror so that you can compare yourself to the NPCs. That's a fun idea. Oh, Chronos, The New Dawn, which is just basically like good Dead Space again, from what I've heard. What else? I'm trying to think if any of these look like something TFP would play, and so far, not really. I don't know, I feel like the horror tag is being used very broadly here. Pig face. Don't know what that is, but that character just looks like the character from Dead by Daylight. Gears of War? When did that come out? That was August 26th. You're stretching the definition of new releases here, Steam. Moros Protocol. Why have I... Oh, right, that was on my wish list. It's that weird pixelated sort of Doom-esque. It does look cool, not gonna lie. But again, not really a TFP style thing, I don't think. Then again, TFP plays a lot of weird games. I'm not sure what really counts as a TFP like anymore. If one of these was FMV, then definitely, but don't think we're gonna get that lucky. Yeah, I don't know. I guess horror isn't really my genre when it comes to games. I have a hard time telling what would be interesting and what wouldn't be interesting. Because to me, a lot of these just kind of look the same. I don't know. When TFP gets back, I'll definitely have to ask him what are his favorite games in the horror genre. Because as it stands, like outside of the basics, Resident Evil, Silent Hill, etc., I'm kind of coming to a blank. Oh, there's a demo for that weird Junji Ito thing. I don't know. Kind of wish Grav was around so I could ask him about his taste in horror games, but I'm not sure if he's really into that either. I don't know. Most of these just look, like I said, the same. Ugh. All right, let me get out of this horror genre tag and see if we can get.
Sorry about that.
Oh no, it's fine. I was going through Steam releases for horror games and trying to see what was coming out that might be interesting for like an October's month style stream. And I realized going through all those that I'm kind of not really like that interested in most horror games because a lot of those just look the same to me.
Yeah.
Of like, hey, this is badly lit in first person, walk through hallways and there's blood. And I'm like, I don't care about 90% of these horror games. So I figured when you came back, I would ask you about horror games that you actually enjoy.
I mean, I feel like we have very similar tastes in horror games in terms of, you know, Silent Hill 3 is really good. Evil Within 2 is really good.
Yep.
Those are the main ones I can think of.
That's what I was saying. Outside of the standard Resident Evils and Silent Hills and stuff, it was hard for me to come up with anything that I really enjoyed in the horror genre. Like I like World of Horror, but part of me even hesitates to call that a horror game. Even though it isn't really called World of Horror and is based on like Junji Ito stuff, it's like it's a turn-based thing. It's it's 1-bit even.
Those Call of Cthulhu games are pretty solid, like Dark Corners of the Earth and.
Oh yeah, I guess in that same vein, you've got the Condemned series.
Yeah. There was another one that I just thought of, and it completely. Alone in the Dark. At least I know, like, this is not the most popular opinion, but I did actually really enjoy that new Alone in the Dark that killed the developer that made it. Um, with David Harbour and other people.
Mhm.
This seems unsafe.
You know, it's working though.
Yeah,
What is that that got lit on fire? Is that an egg sack?
it seems like an egg sack.
This really is just the friggin' spider area from Soul Reaver.
I'm apparently missing a web here. Wait, I see what I need to do. I need to do... No. Oh, wait, maybe that. If I do this, and I
I
just...
guess you stretch that to the candle?
Yeah. There we go.
God,
Again, that
stretch it like
seems
that, it just looks like the eraser head baby.
seems unsafe. And also still not... Oh, wait. And now, because the candle slipped over, I can take this part, and I can set it on fire.
See, now we're talking. I wonder if... I feel like this is... Obviously, real vacuums do not work this way, but do you think someone's ever modified a vacuum to be strong enough to, like, suck something up and hold it in place like that?
You can do that with, like, certain... Like, I imagine the spider egg sac is not...
Yeah, but, like, you wouldn't get a spider egg sac the size of a basketball.
That's true. But, like, you could probably get, like, a foam basketball and stick it on a vacuum cleaner and spin it around like that.
Mostly I was wondering if someone would ever actually create a system, because I thought what you were going to do was suck up the egg sac, set it on fire, and then, like, kick it into reverse and fire the egg sac like a bullet.
I've been trying to do that, because that is a mechanic. Oh, boy.
And I was curious, obviously real vacuums don't work that way, but I wonder if anybody had ever modified a vacuum to be powerful to do something like that. Because, I mean, they make, like, air, like, cannons, like,
Yeah.
potato guns, for lack of a better term. That suit of armor is angry.
It really is.
And also ineffective. But I was also going to ask, considering I couldn't come up with any really good examples of, like, horror games that I really enjoyed outside of the basics, do you have any games that you played that were not explicitly horror, but had sections you would consider to be horror or scary in them?
So, like, I think when the recent Call of Duties have tried to do horror stuff that's not the zombies mode, but, like, actual, like, part of the campaign, it's been pretty solid. I can say a lot about Black Ops, whatever the last one was. I think 6, 5, 6, 6. But it had one level that was basically, and also there's a level that I probably not explicitly horror, but Control is vaguely horror themed and amazing.
You're not wrong. Yeah, I guess Alan Wake is a horror game.
Yeah,
Sort of. 2 is more of a horror game than 1.
yes, I would agree with that assessment.
But I don't know. The problem I have with Alan Wake 2 is I feel like it relies way too much on jump scares.
It's a little much. And by
It's
a little, I
pretty
mean
heavy.
a lot much.
I do it.
Can I just, like... So, like, it has, like, a balance thing. Can I just, like, tank this and fall off and land in the library? No. I can't just tank that and land down 2 stories below. Very unfortunate. I feel like that's also just a big thing in terms of like, I think a lot of the more modern horror stuff. I realize I'm saying modern, and I'm about to mention a thing that hasn't had a new entry in 20 years, but like Legacy of Kain is not explicitly horror,
Yeah.
but it's got vampires in it, and that's, you know, a horror monster.
Yeah, but I would say it is. It's not horror, but it is set in like a kind of a gothic horror universe.
Yeah.
Like the universe that is set in is like a fucking vampiric post-apocalypse nightmare, where two of the worst people in the world and one of the dumbest people in the world have access to time travel, and they're the only ones.
Yes. It's a very funny description, but also very accurate.
It's like heartbreaking. The worst people you know have access to a time machine. It's like, okay, we got one guy who's a good person who's in there who can access the time machine, but he's extremely gullible.
Aw, shit. And this gets back to my, I've had this discussion with other people, and I don't think they necessarily agree with me in that, there have been 2 times that horror games have kind of been ruined in the modern era. The first one was Amnesia ruined horror games for a while, because then all horror games were Amnesia forever.
I will accept this.
And then Five Nights at Freddy's has kind of ruined horror again lately, where a lot of horror nowadays is not scary, it's loud, is how I would describe it.
I feel like it's a fair description, but I would also say, I guess, I haven't seen too much of that influence from Five Nights at Freddy's myself.
I mean, not specifically like you're sitting in one area and...
Oh, yeah.
But like, so one of the recent horror games that people were telling me was very popular, and I sort of didn't believe them until I saw it, and then went, oh, this is Five Nights at Freddy's, but you move around, is a game called Baldi's Basics in Learning or something like that.
Okay.
Where it is a fake edutainment deal where like you solve math problems, and then when you get it wrong, the teacher goes ballistic and hunts you down.
Okay.
And then at a certain point, it just glitches out, and you have to answer it wrong, and then the rest of it becomes trying to navigate this schoolhouse while not dying to the teacher who's trying to murder you. 'Cause sure.
Mm-hmm.
But when the teacher grabs you, it's like so loud.
Just like full screen yelling in your face.
Yeah. Which is where like that's where I would say is where the Five Nights at Freddy's, because that's all I think of when I think of Five Nights at Freddy's is, well, when you fuck up, a thing gets in your face and yells at you extraordinarily loud.
Okay, that I can see for sure. So I have seen a lot of horror games that kind of go that route with it. Yeah, like I think I've just realized that horror isn't really my genre to games for the most part. As much as I love Silent Hill, as much as I love Resident Evil, etc., like it's not necessarily the horror part of those games that I enjoy.
Yeah, it's those games. It's weird to say the survival parts because it's not. Because I don't like survival games like The Forest or Rust or whatever, but it's trying to navigate situations with limited resources is the interesting part, and where like the quote-unquote scary part of those games comes from. Whereas
it's like I need to conserve my ammo and get through this next room, but there's a bunch of dudes in the way. Like managing resources to get through a situation.
Yes, that is the interesting part of quote-unquote horror games to me. Not okay, let's strip everything out. And so there are monsters, but if you look at them, then you go crazy. And so you have to run away all the time and not loud things get in your face and yell at you.
Mhm.
You know? Also, it turns out boos do have names. It's just that one that doesn't have a name for whatever reason.
Okay.
This boo is Beethoven.
Nice. But yeah, I think my thing with like horror games, like specifically Silent Hill and Resident Evil, is like, to me, it's more just those games usually have interesting stories and like creature designs,
Yes.
and I'm way into that. Like that's kind of what draws me to them, is seeing designs and art and story ideas that they will come up with for those games.
So it's one of the things that I think amusingly, despite not really having the most imaginative enemy designs, but like where Alan Wake, I think the first game at the very least really succeeds in terms of like the front of that box of Alan Wake says like a psychological action thriller, and I think that's pretty accurate because like that game is interesting story ideas and action and thrills. And like it's creepy in places, but it's not, you know, it's not Alan Wake 2 where, you know, grandma goes nuts and tries to murder you, and then FMV grandma pops up and yells at the screen.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Alan Wake 1, despite the enemy designs not necessarily being super interesting, like, I'm trying to think of the way to put it.
So they're not
The
interesting
enemies
visually, but
in-
they're interesting like where they like the first encounter of Alan Wake 1 sticks with me just in terms of just the guy yelling about Nordic walking.
Yeah, like, well, the fact that they are screaming, like, kind of seemingly random dialogue at you, the weird, like, shadow effect on them, the like, especially in Alan Wake 1, the way the shadow effect is portrayed, like, when you shoot them and, like, light is pouring out of them is really cool.
Yes.
Like, they are visually just dudes covered in shadow, but the presentation of them is really good. And, like, it's one of the things I feel like Alan Wake 2 lost in translation, was I feel like they didn't have that kind of like presentation for those enemies in that game.
I think that's fair.
Like the normal Taken did not stand out as much.
I think that is
Also,
very
of course,
fair.
as you go through the game, you kind of realize that, like, the seemingly random dialogue they've been yelling is actually quotes from the pages is really cool.
Yes.
And again, that's just like a creative writing thing where it's like, yeah, no, they had some really fucking cool ideas.
Yeah, so I think that is definitely the where I think there are a lot of modern quote unquote horror games fall flat for me is just in terms of they're all kind of just chasing what the last big trend was.
Mhm.
And I think that's
I would also. Go ahead.
that is kind of what was sort of refreshing in terms of like I'm not the biggest Resident Evil 7 person, but it was different compared to what was quote unquote horror before that. It was different in that it was kind of back to what was popular on the PS2 era, but it was different. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And then the Resident Evil remakes as well. 2 and 3. And 4.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely prefer the I prefer the 2 remake of those, but I really like 3. 4 is my least favorite of them, but we've talked about that before.
Yeah. There's a whole stream of us talking about the Resident Evil 4 remake.
I'm sure there is. I also don't remember it.
Because I streamed the Resident Evil 4 remake is the joke here.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't remember that stream.
Fair enough. But do you remember the Resident Evil 4 original stream where I got lost in the opening 10 minutes?
I remember that specific part of it because we referenced it before. Like, here's the when I say that I don't remember these things, please take me seriously. My memory has serious holes.
Fair enough. There was something recently where I was like, oh, that would be a fun stream, and then I thought about it for a second, and I went, oh no, wait. No, it wouldn't. Because I've already done it.
But I was going to say, I think something, because we talked briefly about, like, the draw of horror games and the fact that it's more ideas and creativity involved, kind of, for me. Control, I think, is really good evidence of that. Because Control is a case where if you were not playing as Jesse, Control would be a horror game.
Yes.
But Jesse is so insanely powerful that situations that would normally be a horror situation turn into, I'm going to levitate and throw a bunch of boxes at these guys' heads. And that'll solve the problem.
Yes.
But if you were just playing as a normal person in that situation, it would be a nightmare.
And also, one of the things that Alan Wake 2 does pretty well when it's in, like, the lake house, where you get the big cubes that, as Jesse, you see them and you go, oh, this is no problem. I'm just going to lift it and throw it in the hole it needs to go in.
Mm-hmm. I can do this from across the room.
Yeah, and then as the lady from Battlefront, whose name I'm drawing a blank on in game, and that not Ramirez, that's a different game, but that lady, and like you know, you have to like prep yourself to lift it up, and you just start like walking very slowly. Yeah, and it's like, oh right.
It's way harder when you don't have superpowers.
Estevez. Kieran Estevez, there we go.
I was trying to think of Kieran, but I couldn't get there.
Also, I know I said that I thought that was going to be the last mission, but this is the last mission of this mansion, so let's just do the last mission real quick.
Uh-oh. Hello?
Ow. Okay, again, if this is not a spider boss, I have deep concerns about the rest of this video game. Oh yeah, there it is. That's not a ghost though.
Big
That's
spider.
that's just a real ass spider.
Well, you're gonna kill it and turn it into a ghost,
I guess.
and then you're gonna bust that ghost. See if I can figure out how to bust this ghost. Or this spider. Not a ghost. Oh, maybe when it, like, opens its eyes I can flash it with the strobe. Ah! Oh, wait, okay, I get it. And then we yank this out. We avoid that. We get this guy to do that. Puzzle solving. Oh god, there's a ghost in the spider. That's not what you want.
Also, the ghost has infinite health. That's
Well, that's a problem.
a problem. Also, there was a smaller ghost in the ghost.
Yeah.
That's none of this is okay.
Ghost ducking. It's a Matryoshka doll of ghosts and spiders.
If I... Doesn't appear like... Oh wait, can I like spin? There we go. I don't know.
Speaking of horrifying existential nightmares, I'm in a big like radio tower thing in the Digimon game, and I am plugging the little gear dudes, Higurumon, into giant clockwork contraptions to then activate the clock tower. And he's like, "Yeah, this is my job. I'm a gear here." It's
Okay,
like, oh,
I
that's...
do... Oh wait, can I like very safely like spin this around real fast and then... There we go, okay. Sorry, I know there's a big ghost spider possessed by ghosts, but there's also money. Also, the fire went out on this, and I kind of need the... I need that fire. Oh no! Gone wrong.
Oh.
Okay, this is... Why does it not stay on fire? Unless I can, like... I'm gonna pull this. There. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you have nearly enough time.
Yeah. Let's just try to do this real fast. Okay, that's on fire. We're gonna run forward. Blind you. Nope. Okay, this is incorrect. What I'm doing here. It's unfortunate. It's kind of... These are the two things I can interact with. I can make this spin real fast.
How far back does that web stretch? It won't go all the way, obviously, to the dude, right? To the
No.
knight.
It goes to, like, right about here, to be honest. To where this ends up, like this circle. Which does, like...
Something with that barrel? Man, that thing does not stay lit for long at all.
It really doesn't.
I was wondering if you could drag the barrel over. Maybe the barrel could catch on fire.
No.
Wait, was there a thing to interact with that armor? The one shaking on the ground? I thought I saw a button prompt, but I could be wrong.
Oh. They might give health there.
Oh, okay. Is there something with the, like... I was wondering if you could do something with the venom it spits out, maybe?
And set it on fire.
That's what I was thinking. But I don't know how that would possibly work.
I can get it to spit out, and then... No, that does not do anything.
Can you move the statue in some way? It has to be something with the... Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Maybe the reason it doesn't stay lit very long is that it doesn't, like, relight every time it touches the torch. Maybe, like, the timer starts as soon as it catches fire. So you need to, like, spin it and then immediately go for the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh.
Like, maybe the egg sack timer starts moment one of it being on fire, and then it will run down from there. That's why it seems like it barely stays lit. All right.
Nope. The trick is you gotta get it spitting long enough to Also, this does seem like it would be on a track or something.
Yeah, like the way the statues have that little thing in front of them does make it look like they should be able to move, but I guess that's probably just a visual indicator of where they're swinging
Probably.
to make it easier to judge.
Nope.
Okay, no. The timing on this seems so exact that, like, that can't be the answer.
This, yeah.
All right, it's time to
Maybe
resort
there's
to me
something
Googling this.
with this guy. This guy. Wait.
Oh, have you got it?
I think so. To hold it long enough so that it... There we go. Because I think I need to get it on fire and then have that guy impale it. Is what I'm thinking. Because I was sitting here like, this is the only other thing in the room that is different. Is that... I like...
The stabby guy.
There's also now a stabby guy.
Well, but you're trying to get him to stab the one on the fan?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that not? Because the problem is it's going out, right?
Yeah,
wouldn't
but
keep it
maybe
on
it's
fire.
like a scripted thing where like if it...
Okay.
I'm using the only new pieces of information I have. That doesn't seem to be it.
I thought you were saying to get him to stab the other one so that it would stay put instead of like retracting back to the spider.
You know, that's also a very good idea.
Because it might just be a scripted thing where once it's stabbed, it doesn't go out.
That's also very smart. Oh no! If I can do this without dying, that would also be ideal. There was a jingle of success there. Wait. Keep alternating between sucking and blowing.
You gotta pick one and stick with it.
Yep. You were right. I was wrong.
I mean, it's
Like a lot of
use
things.
the stabby guy.
Yeah.
It was still use the stabby guy. And then suck this ghost off of that other ghost.
Oh god. Ow.
How many more ghosts could there possibly be?
I'd
This
say-
one's red. That probably implies that it's critical.
I was gonna say it's a video game. You do things in, sets of 3. That's how this works.
That's fair.
Ow. Rude. I didn't even see that guy there, but that does make this a little easier. Ow. Oh, that seems to be the last one.
All right.
It was a video game. Also, I like that the suction was still on in that cutscene.
Big dumb gemstone.
Is part of the Dark Moon. Oh no, the spider's cute.
Oh, did it recover and stop being
Yes.
possessed?
Yes, it did.
Aw. Oh god, it looks like Black Arachnia from Beast Wars show. That's a lot of spiders.
It's a lot of spiders.
Mm-hmm. Ciao. Oh yeah! Ho ho! I did it! Oh yeah! Oh
Do a
yeah!
little soft shoe. Oh god, spiders! Health lost a lot.
I saw a random adorable video earlier today of someone holding a mirror up to a spider, and the spider threw his hands up and did a little dance in front of the mirror, try to communicate. It was adorable.
That's cute.
Yeah, spiders are cute.
I've tried to hold my cat up to a mirror and do, like, you know, cute cat mirror videos I've seen, but my cat just does not care. It's like, what? It's me. I know. I know this.
Your cat's not gonna have an existential crisis over this.
Mhm.
It knows what's up.
But it's Luigi's Mansion, not Luigi's Mansions.
Yeah.
I don't actually want to. I hit the A button and it popped up the skip prompt. I'm like, no, don't do that.
I do it.
Haunted Towers. Okay. I think that, I know you just got here, Mr. Zorks in the chat, but that's 2.5 hours. We did the first section of Luigi's Mansion 2.
Yeah, you did a mansion.
I did a mansion. What a mansion it was. What a mansion. We got 2 boos. We had 22,310 Gs and 437 watts of ghosts. Also, that's not a... Watts are not a measurement of mass. I regret to inform you, EGAD.
I mean, but maybe the ghosts are like energy. They're not physical, right?
Oh, they're ghosts, so no, they're not physical.
Like, what are you gonna measure them like a liquid?
Yeah.
Or ghost
How many milliliters of ghosts have we captured?
How many pints of ghosts? Luigi's Mansion 4 gallons of ghosts.
All right. join us next time, probably tomorrow, for a little more Luigi's Mansion 2. And then next week, probably on Monday, and then maybe not on Tuesday or Wednesday, because next week is Infusion Week. Hooray.
Ah.
See you next time. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
And we're off.